On this episode of BTV, we talk about the upcoming schedule change throughout the district, a rule that could possibly change school lunches, and the overcrowding problems at local animal shelters. All of this and more on this episode of BTV. Welcome back to this episode of BTV. I'm your anchor, Noah Bierig. Recently, the district announced that all USD 259 schools will have the same conference schedule starting next year. But that's not the only change on its way. Reporter Annalise Nguyen rings the bell on how this new schedule will work.
Next year, all of USD 259 will have unified conferences at the same date and time.
So we've gotten feedback from community members, different stakeholders within the district that having a uniform conference time would be more beneficial for families. There are certain families who are having to go for, 3 weeks in a row, depending on where their kids went to school.
However, the district is aware that potential issues with this change may occur and has already addressed some of them.
No matter when we move it, we will have inconveniences. But then we kind of dug a little bit deeper and we got more feedback and realized that Ash Wednesday in particular is a really big day for our community, and moving it a week ahead would definitely increase the likelihood of higher percentages of attendance. We do know that using our parochial, which is our interpreters to help out, will be in demand.
The district is also working on changing the bell schedule throughout all USD 259 high schools.
What the district would like to do is have a unified bell schedule where if kids are going to Southeast, but they want to take a class at WSU Tech, the schedules for almost all the schools align. Therefore, a kid from Southeast, a kid from Northwest, a kid from North can all go to WSU Tech around the same time in the AM or go to WSU Tech around the same time in the PM, so their schedules are somewhat calibrated.
The district says this modification will allow a variety of educational opportunities for students across the district.
Maximize opportunities for all kids in our system to get access to as many courses throughout the district and not have to be completely limited to the only classes offered in their comprehensive setting.
If you have a really good teacher, let's say Mr. Hughes teaches an excellent African American history course, and we want to offer it to more than just the Southeast kids, he can actually have Southeast kids in his classroom, but have kids from all over the district in his classroom also virtually.
We'll try and keep you informed once the bell schedule is finalized. For BTV, I'm Annalise.
Thanks, Annalise. There has been a proposed change to the food given at schools for students. Reporter Chris Doe cooks up the details.
Many changes have been made to school meals throughout the last couple of years, but this time the USDA is recommending a reduction in sodium and added sugars.
Well, they want kids to have better diets because there's a lot of childhood obesity and a lot of diseases come out of that, like diabetes and heart disease. So that's what they're trying to get, is just a healthier population.
Too much sodium and sugar can be bad for your body and can cause many problems. That's why the USDA is suggesting a multi-year approach including 2 sodium and sugar reductions for breakfast, 10% each in fall 2025 and fall 2027, and 3 for lunch, 10% each in fall 2025, fall 2027, and fall 2029.
It causes things like higher blood pressure. You have higher blood pressure, then you have problems that result from that, like heart disease and other problems.
Students have mixed opinions over the healthiness of school food.
Well, for what they're doing, I think it's healthy. I would say healthy because, they don't put like a lot of effort into the food. It's kind of just whatever they could get their hands on, they give the students. It's not something that I would call healthy or not healthy.
I think some of the options they serve, such as chocolate milk or strawberry milk, which is very high in sugar, it's not healthy for students. It's basically, sugar milk. But other options like salads and yogurt are very healthy options for growing adults.
The USDA is looking to implement a cap on added sugars and sodium in school meals by 2025. However, final changes would require legislation. For BTV, I'm Christopher Doe.
Thanks, Chris. Besides the overcrowding at schools, animal shelters have been overcrowded as well. Reporter Miguel Camacho fills us in on how you can help.
It's right there. You dropped it. Irene Rusin likes to visit the adoption center at Kansas Humane Society to interact with the animals.
I love this place. This is where I had my last dog from. And he was phenomenal. He was a service dog. And he was just amazing.
The shelter is facing an overcrowding issue.
Currently, we have 102 dogs available for adoption. We have 95 spots available in our building. The Wichita Animal Shelter is currently seeing the highest intake numbers they've seen in over a decade.
There are several reasons for the overcrowding. Randy Yound says the issue does not only pertain to Wichita, but it is in fact a global issue.
When COVID hit, a lot of those resources were taken away from us to help with COVID. Animals don't really decide when they're going to reproduce, they just do.
In addition to spaying and neutering your pets before considering adopting an animal, there are several things to keep in mind to avoid having to return your pet to the shelter.
Make sure that your landlord allows animals. That's one of our number one reasons for returns right now. Beyond that, making sure you're financially stable to own an animal. If you can't pay for just our adoption fee, how are you going to be able to pay for care, for food? Those things can get pricey.
Rusin says that adopting an animal is much more affordable and convenient.
You're going to pay through the nose for it, and you're going to pay for their health problems. They need you to not be fearful of commitment, but commit to some of these puppies and kittens. They need homes.
If you are interested in adopting an animal, the folks here at Kansas Humane Society are offering discount rates. For BTV, I am Miguel Camacho Hernandez.
Thanks, Miguel. On this segment of Have You Heard, we're finding out if Ethan has heard.
Have you ever been so far as to even pretend to want to go do more like?
Huh? What more do you want from me?
Mayhaps.
Ethan,
Yes.
are you going to a Taylor Swift concert this summer?
I am not. Are you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show?
Yeah.
Well, it used to be The Flash, but it got bad.
What the hell? Oh my God.
What is 297 times 3?
What's it like not knowing anything about sports?
I say it's pretty good. It's approximately 891.
Wrong.
All right, Ethan, you like Star Wars?
Star Wars is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do.
Favorite trilogy?
Favorite trilogy? I like the one with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the mitochondria?
The powerhouse of the cell.
Literally. Okay. What is 5,000 times 7? No phone.
What more do you want from me?
On March 2nd, the Medical Club got to meet with EMTs, firefighters, and paramedics to learn more about the opportunities in the medical field. They were also able to tour ambulances.
See if we can get any of them to be inspired and get into the EMS field. It is a really good field to get into, and we do need more people that are involved with it. So I think this is a great opportunity for them to get a little bit knowledge on that.
On March 3rd, Asian Cultural Club worked with Mochi Nut to sell a variety of donuts and boba. They were able to raise $600 for the multicultural fair. On March 20th, Junior Stugo held a bake sale that was St. Patrick's Day themed. They sold a variety of green decorated sweet treats like cupcakes and cookies. On March 21st, LAC held a Shamrock Shake sale. They had vanilla or mint milkshakes with a variety of toppings, including sprinkles, whipped cream, and Oreos. On March 6th, Jazz Band had a concert. It included both jazz band classes' 5th and 8th hour. They played a variety of different songs like Electric Abraxas and After Sunset. Their next concert will be at Northwest for Jazz in the Round. Madrigals also had a concert on March 6th. They went to the WSU Madrigal Invitational, where several local madrigal choirs performed over 2 days. The Southeast Madrigals performed Sing Me to Heaven, Let Beauty Awake, and Kiss the Girl.
What flavor?
You made him sad. He's been great going.
It's a really nice, pleasant chocolate flavor.
For the first time ever, Baking and Pastry 2 classes got to be in a cupcake competition. Teachers got to judge it based on presentation, taste, texture, and creativity. The winning team was Bernice Macias, Nicole Meconico, and Callie Trissel. They made a pistachio cupcake with raspberry filling and champagne frosting. Now we'll go to William Sandlin with the sports.
Welcome back to the Sportscast. I'm your sports anchor, William Sandlin, and let's get straight on into the highlights. Girls basketball ends their season with a 16-7 record. They beat Liberal 57-51 to become sub-state champions in their first appearance at state since 1988. They went up against Blue Valley North, but unfortunately lost 57-45. Congrats to Jakaya Jones and Micaiah Jones for becoming G-Wall first team, and Trinity Dixon, Quincy Galbert, Anaya Harris, Leela Jones, Ilana Webb, and Zion Williams for making honorable mentions. The boys did not make state, but congrats to Mason Lee for making G-Wall second team, and Asa Barnes, AJ Brown, and Preston Den for making honorable mentions. Tri-County team beat East 27-18 on March 3rd. They will have a tournament on March 24th. At state bowling on March 3rd, Eric Torres bowled a 471 to get 65th, and Alyssa Brantley bowled a 532 to get 30th. She was the highest placer at state in the G-Wall League. Boys volleyball had their first tournament here versus East and West. They beat West 2-1 and East 2-0. Their next tournament will be at West on April 1st. On March 3rd, Jada Livingston signed with Nishow Community College in Chinook, Kansas to further her volleyball and academic career. Congrats, Jada.
My initial thought is I'm excited, ready for my new journey.
That's it for the Sportscast. We'll have spring sports highlights for you in the next episode. And for now, back to you, Noah.
Thanks, William. That's all for this episode of BTV. We'll leave you with some sights and sounds from the Spring Sports Assembly. See you next time, Buffs.
116 regional champion.